We're group 3, and we have chosen case 7 about AI. Okay, short summary of telehealth. This article informed us about how advanced technology and medicine are supposed to collaborate, aka telehealth. As the influence of technology in the medicine industry has increased, people started to worry about the security with the new healthcare system. 1 out of 5 ACP physicians use the technology weekly, and research shows that there is a lot of potential and it is not even actualized yet.
So we have chosen lateral communication model. The communicator is the staff behind hcplife.dk. We have a lot of knowledge in healthcare and the way the healthcare system is developing with technology. The message is to inform us about telemedicine and how it makes life easier and which ways it could improve. I also want to inform us about something called digital therapeutics and how it could be implemented in today's healthcare. The media is hcplife.com, which is a comprehensive clinical news and information portal. It is a platform that provides physicians and is most valuable and up-to-date specialty. The intended receiver is the people who are studying medicine. It could also be older people who don't have that much knowledge in the new medicine and technology. This makes the articles seem very realistic because they include many technical terms. The article doesn't change the perspective of the receiver, even though it speaks very well of telehealth. When we look at the article, we see a lot of technical terms like reimbursement or, as I said before, digital therapeutic. A lot of long sentences and no wrong spelled words. You also see no swearing language, and of course, it also shows that what we are working on and reading is a high-style article.
Okay, well, the article is non-fictional and rather objective than subjective because there is no personal positive or negative opinion supporting the article. It's an informative article with pros and cons being discussed on an academic level, providing surveys and stating facts. Reading from the article, it's clear that telehealth has worked very efficiently and help patients, especially if they're usually unable or challenged to reach their doctor appointment. However, there has been raised some issues regarding licensing because, for example, a doctor in Nevada is not able to help a patient in, for example, California due to the state-by-state licensing.
Not only do patients concern about their privacy, but also about whether they have access to the technology and if there will be technological errors during the treatment. Even a new medicine is dragged in. Digital therapeutic is a new way of treating patients. It is explained how research and theory-based method possibly could replace some traditional medicine and how it reaches out to the large population.
Yeah, and here we have our mind map, which is where we just brainstorm some of the most important parts that we would bring into our discussion.
Okay. Before we start the discussion, we also have to summarize the second primary article we read. This article informs us about how AI could be implemented in the justice system. It could save years of time and lots of expenses. The only problem is that currently it only has an accuracy of 79%, and that is too low. It also informs us about which ways we already use AI. For example, when you get a parking ticket or when you get caught speeding by a speed camera. The process essentially happens automatically.
Yeah, and then the discussion. Telehealth can be very efficient since people often have to set time aside on a busy day in order to go to the doctor. In many cases, people will miss school and work. In Denmark, the healthcare system is often being criticized for not being sufficient, and this is a very good solution because it saves time and money. However, it might be too easy to find a new doctor.
Humanity needs physical contact and socialization with other people. This begins the day a baby is born. As humans, we need primary socialization, secondary socialization, and dual socialization. If we remove parts from the secondary socialization by turning healthcare into a telecare instead, we will remove parts from the education in norms of behaving in a society, and therefore make it harder for the humanity to participate in a society. Of course, people will still be talking and discussing with a doctor, but not in the same way because it's not a physical meeting.
It should also be discussed that along with the influence from the computers, employers don't challenge themselves as much and don't use this, and they don't use the computer's full potential because they just let them do the hard work.
We also need to be careful when we constantly are adding new inventions or robots that could help our society. We could end up overdoing it and ruin the society we see today. That critical factor is spoken of a lot in the How AI Can Improve Access to Justice, where they are saying, I quote, in embracing a new world, we must be careful not to lose the things we have thus far thought hard to establish to protect.
Yeah, and lastly, we just want to sum up that the robots and new inventions can help and save the government and firms a lot of money, but will not always help the society. In some times, it can harm the society and the developing process for the humanity.
This is our sources. We have used secondary sources and primary articles in our discussion. Thank you for watching.